Okay, so welcome to our Libra full moon healing and ceremony, our monthly full moon offerings, live here in the Arise Facebook group on replay. Here, I think the group will be on the replay, but also on YouTube. So wherever you are joining me, welcome. I'm so happy to have you guys here. I love doing these offerings. If you're new to the Facebook or the YouTube community, make sure to always keep an eye on. I update content with meditations, with healings, with all the stuff almost every week. In the Facebook group, guys, there's always at the top, there's always a schedule of every single week, the awesome offerings. And then during the week, content, questions, things, all sorts of things. This is also your community space for you to explore, share, and rise. Right? So full moon in Libra, we're at the peak, the climax of a 6-month cycle that started in October with the new moon in Libra. So think back to October of 2020 and what was going on during that new moon. What intentions were you setting with this energy of Libra, right? Now, especially if you're in the Facebook group, make sure to check out the post that I shared where I give you, if you know your sun and your rising sign, if you don't, and you just know your sun sign, make sure to check the post of where specifically to this Libra energy is what's called transiting, is moving in the house for you. So if you don't know your rising sign, some people don't. They don't know when they were born, and that's okay. Check your sun sign. So that's like if you're a Libra, if you're an Aries, right? And see where that's going. If you know both, there are two different energies that are at play. So you have things like, I know, like for me, I am a Libra. That's my sun sign. So one of the things is this Libra new or full moon, has been moving, is making its peak completion through my area, my house of how I show my image, how I present myself to the world. The last 6 months has been, there are some of you who have been with me since this beautiful shift I had to do in 2020. You've noticed that there really was a reinventing in a way, a re-switching gears that I had to do that started in the summer of last year, but really on my birthday actually started shifting because my birthday is October 8th. So explore that for yourself because that's where we're coming. But now, so this full moon it's the way it's hitting. And the reason in the Facebook group, I asked the question yesterday, I know it made it seem like it came out of left base, but I asked the question, have you ever experienced heartbreak? Because this full moon is also really highlighting the energy of relationships, the energy of the heart, the energy of, and if you're looking at full moon too, right at the beginning, I always say that this is my beliefs. Everybody has a slightly different way of looking at it, but the schools of thoughts and the learnings that I've done and my experiences over the years, full moon is a beautiful kind of twofold energy, where as we've been growing to full, you have this harvesting, this, energy is building. And as you reach the peak and the moon starts to slowly ebb away as it works its way towards completely the dark moon, you start releasing, right? This is beautiful twofold. So in our ceremony today, we're going to be releasing and addressing the wounds of the heart and relationship, right? Because even in the most beautiful, wonderful relationship, there will be moments of heartbreak. There'll be moments of heart pain, right? There'll be moments of tension, right? Because in any situation, truly challenges often help you grow, right? So yes, you can move through life with ease, but understanding that it can be an ease of going, I see you, challenge, I see you, or going, F you, challenge, F you, right? So you still have the challenges, but how you address them and how you move through them are different. This isn't bypass. If you guys are new, this is no way, shape, or form bypass, okay? Bypassing trauma, bypassing abuse, no. Bypassing that massive grief. This is more going, I'm going to be with this. I'm going to be with this. So today, one of the things with emotion one of the things with relationship and emotion. We as modern beings are very mental. Most of us are very mental. Even if you're a spiritual, energetic, emotional feeling person, right? We still often can think our way through. We process our way through. That's how we're built. That's how we have evolved. Even if your soul, right? Lemurian energy here, right? Even if your soul is ancient, your physical makeup as a modern, where we are in human genes, DNA, is designed to process and think, right? So what happens is we often try to rationalize, think through. It's how we also protect ourselves from trauma, from pain, right? From repeating things. We think a lot. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be sharing energy work. I'm going to be sharing some of that, but I'm also going to be, this is newer for some of you guys who have been joining me here on the lives. Not so much if you've been doing work with me in some of my my more private containers, more of my courses and things like that. We're going to be doing, I'm going to be guiding you guys through a physical meditation, kind of experience meditation, where we are going to be actively bypassing the mind. So there may be things that start coming up for you to let them come out. So what you're going to be doing, so you guys have a general idea where we're going. So I'm going to bring us in. I'm going to connect us to the web grid because ideally I want you guys to be syncing in with this. I don't want it, I want you to have the support of your entire web grid. So we're going to be doing healing work. You need to be in a sacred, safe space. So we're going to do all of that, of course. As always ask permission. So we're doing sacred work today. And then I'm going to be guiding you guys to a 2-part. Okay, the first part, just so you're not expecting like my singing bowls and quiet ethereal music. Okay, I have a metal song that the reason I also picked it because sometimes metal, you have to be conscious of the songs, even pop songs, right? The words, the energies might be a little, maybe slightly inappropriate. But sometimes these songs can be very powerful, very meaningful. And the song that I picked is one of those. The words, the meaning, the energy is very powerful. And we're going to utilize this song. And I'm going to be transmitting energy for you guys to support you as we physicalize and get out anger and emotion. Okay, so what you're going to be doing for that, I'm going to show you guys, okay? So I'm going to be putting it on. I'm going to bring us into the space. I'm going to guide you guys through this. And I'm going to ask you guys, this may be where you might be a little like, what is going on? To physically, and that's why you're not, we're not on you're on a live, you're just watching me. To physically, hello, Teresa, hello, Tracy, hello, France, hello, everybody watching. Punch the air, okay? So this may seem a little like, right? It's easier to sit and be quiet and go into your mind. But when we deal with emotion, when we deal with energy and things like that, sometimes we need to bypass the visualization. That can be powerful, but sometimes we need to bypass it. And we need to give it a healthy outlet. So I don't care if you don't think you need to punch, if you don't think you need to do something. I want you guys to suspend disbelief, suspend what you think maybe you want or don't need right now, and just try it, honestly. Just punch. Now, you may have something that you want to punch. You may not at all. And I want you to allow through the 3 to 5 minutes, I think we'll be doing that party exercise to allow whatever needs to come up to come up. You'd be surprised what might start coming up for you. Because I need you guys to really be into it. Not just be like, but let yourself get angry. You don't have to punch the screen, but you know what I mean? Okay. And just allow whatever needed to release. Okay. No specific, no nothing. Okay. That's part 1. Then it's going to immediately, and I'm going to, like I said, be transmitting energy and transmissions through this to support you all in a healthy and powerful way in containers through support, through, I'm going to actually bring in during the first part, Lemurian energy support to really help you unlock and get to this part, right? And then we're going to move into the second song, and we're going to be doing healing energy here. And I just want you guys to sit and have your hands on your heart. So I'm going to kind of tell you this when we get there, but that's what I want you all to be doing, right? And you're just going to sit and you're going to be listening to another song with words. Words are powerful. Okay. And you're just going to set in the energy and let the space be. Okay. And just see what happens. Like I said, I'll be running energy for you all during all of it. I'll be doing transmissions to support you in healing, support this energy. Okay. So without further ado, and then we'll anchor it. I'll also be running a sacred light relationship healing at the beginning for you all. And then we'll see what comes up at the end as well. So without further ado, let us hop. Let us begin. Okay. Mm-hmm. That is a mortar, not my mallet. I did a one of the meditations for next month's 7-day challenge that you guys will be seeing about in April. And I was recording singing bowls, and I moved my mallets. So they're very loud. So what's special about using these bowls and why I like sharing them is these are actually one of the best presents I ever got. These are handcrafted Tibetan bowls that were made by monks that specifically craft and hand make these and bless them under full moons. So they are very beautiful and powerful for this time. But I don't want it to be too loud. There we go. So let's clear our energy first, and then we're going to dive in. So coming into your space, coming into your body today, giving yourself space to know that this is a full moon. Hello, Kay. Welcome. Lorraine asks, is it okay to lay down? Yes, as long as when we get to the part where I'm going to ask you to punch, you can lay down and punch in the air. You don't have to sit up. Be wherever you are comfortable. But I want you to be able, you can lay down, punch the air, punch forward, wherever you are comfortable. So yes. Okay. So let's begin. Let's clear our energy first. So I'm going to call in. This is my version, since I can't sage you guys through time and space, but I can support you in clearing through time and space. I'm going to be calling this energy in. So in Divine Love and Light, calling in the static clearing, the Penumbra Awakening static clearing alignment. This is one of my alignments. And as I'm going to call this in, I want you guys to visualize the beautiful golden raindrops of Source washing away. This alignment helps to wash away all the static, all the noise we picked up through the day, through the collective, through our environment, and help us kind of come back to our center. So it just clears off. Imagine yourself getting a nice bath and washing all the dust and the noise from yourself. So taking a deep breath in. Okay, calling this energy in now. Washing from the head down your body, all the way down your feet, just cleansing and clearing yourself. Okay. So, for those of you who are new, this next part where we ask permissions and blessings is a very important part of all teaching, ceremonies, and healings I do. Feel free to follow along. Don't worry if you're getting confused or you feel like you're lost. Just stay open and stay open to where I'm going and allow whatever is coming forward. For those of you who are old hats at calling in your web grid, or for those of you who are Lemurian alumni, we're going to call in, we're going to crystallize our grid system so you guys know what to do. Hop right along with me. Okay? So, as always, let us begin and set our sacred container and call in with permission our web grid system for today's full moon ceremony and healing. Bringing your awareness to the very ground you sit upon today. The sacred ground that has called you into relationship with it at this very moment to do this beautiful healing work. We ask permissions of this sacred land I call by name the land once called Pentucket. If you know the name of the sacred land or one of its names, feel free to say it. If you don't, just bow in gratitude to this ancient, ancient land that you are on. This is different than giving gratitude to the earth as a whole, acknowledging that every space and land has its own unique spirit and energy. So we ask permissions of this sacred land and blessings upon this work today. We ask permission of the original benevolent stewards of this land, those who have stewarded and watched and guarded and held the wisdom of the land we sit upon today for generations. We call and ask, O wisdom keepers, O great council of stewards and guides, your blessings and permissions to connect and to work with this energy and your energy today. Pausing here, always pausing and listening. We don't always assume a yes. We open in an honorable way, knowing that sometimes we may have a no. And if we have a no, asking in what way can we come into relationship, into right relationship with you. Breathing here. Okay, I'm going to call in and activate our grid system now. We call to the north all guides, guardians, and beings of the north that support the highest good of all and the ascended aspect of the north, all divine beings connected to the element of earth that are called to support our work today. We ask permissions and blessings. Thank you. We call to the east all guides, guardians, and beings of the east that support the highest good of all and the ascended aspect of the east of air, and all divine beings that are connected to the air and support the highest good of all and are called to support our work today. We ask permissions and blessings. Thank you. We call to south all guides, guardians, and beings of the south of fire that support the highest good of all and the ascended aspect of the south, all divine beings connected to the energy of fire that support the highest good of all and are called to support us today. We ask you permissions and blessings. Thank you. And we call to the west water, all guides, guardians, and beings connected to the element of water that support the highest good of all and the ascended aspect of the water, all divine beings connected to water that support the highest good of all and are called to support us today. We ask your permissions and blessings. Thank you. Tying all this in, bringing your hands to your heart. Allowing this to be anchored at your heart center. Feeling this energy as these points on your grid, unique to you. The beauty of the web grid system is everyone's grid is unique. Very unique. That's why I don't call in specific guides. I don't call in specific divine energy. And as we move forward, you'll hear I'll keep activating a few more points because those who are called to support you will know and they will come forward. So we ask them to step forward. So we anchor these points at our heart, continuing on. We call to below, to our roots, to our lineage. We ask permissions and blessings today of our holy, healed, benevolent ancestors, those of our roots, those of our DNA. We ask you permissions and blessings. Thank you. And above, the sacred container of above. We call to all ascended beings, all multidimensional, multigalactic beings, all angels, archangels, all those ascended masters. I like to say all y'all up there. We ask permissions and blessings upon this work today. Taking a deep breath in, feeling these points begin to activate around you. We call in now our higher self to anchor the sacred container of above and below as well. So calling that in. I'm going to support you guys doing this as well. Anchoring these points on your high heart. Breathing here. I'm going to call it a new point now. I'm going to call in as well and activate your sacred heart. So you have your unified threefold heart system working for this heart-centered work. So you have your high heart. I don't know if you guys can see me. High heart, heart center, heart chakra, sacred heart. All three are heart points, right? So we're just going to bring awareness to all three, asking their support, connecting to that energy while I now call in the web grid activation. I'm going to facilitate and crystallize these points now into a crystalline web grid for you all to help you facilitate running all this energy and create an actual grid system for you. So just breathing into your heart center while I call this energy in. So calling in the web grid activation now. Staying here. I want you to stay in this triple, such a sacred number, such a sacred experience, heart space as we move forward. We come under this full moon in Libra to heal, to support, to allow what needs to be released and cleansed our heart. Our heart is a powerful part of our being. It is truly the center point and the integrated point between our lower energy and our upper. It's believed often that we have a sacred triangle filtering from source and a sacred triangle filtering from below, from your roots, from your humanness. And together they unite at a center point, which is your heart. So let's ground this space in now. Visualizing from your web grid a beautiful cord of light going down through this powerful heart center space, glowing down through your body, out through your feet, out through the space on your grid system of your ancestors, below your feet, down through, with Gaia's permission, the very layers to connect in to the energy of the grounded earth, of material and physical experience here. Anchoring yourself in. And once you anchor in, feel that energy, that beautiful connection begin to rise back up through that cord and start flowing, not just through your physical and energetic body, but your entire grid system. That energy flowing in, around, up. Right? We're going to be creating a full circuit here. Now, as you feel this energy flowing from the heart now, continue this up through the head, out through the ascended point on your grid system, up above your head, out till you come to the point of oneness, pure primal source energy, connecting in here to source, completing your circuit, feeling the beautiful flow of source, primal source energy, being and nothingness flow back down, mixing with the heart, mixing with the energy of the material, flowing until it becomes one. This beautiful golden and iridescent light where there's no beginning and no energy. This is truly a representation of you. You are both divine and material. You are both physical and etheric at the same time. This is the beauty of the human experience, right? Feeling into that. I want you to bring your hands to your heart. We're going to now run for this. I'm going to have it be running this entire time. I'm going to call in the sacred light relationship healing for you. for all relationships that are on your heart that are in need of support. I'm also going to be calling in the Lemurian heart crystal activation to help unlock all those pains that you have locked away so they can come up and they can release. Okay, so I'm going to call these in as I start. I'm going to begin holding that space for you guys for this next song. And remember, what I want you to do, especially if you're just joining us, these next few minutes, stay in your heart space and begin punching with all you have the air. It's not supposed to look pretty or exact. Literally, it's going to just be, I don't care what it looks like. And I don't want you to care what it looks like, okay? I'm going to be holding the space, giving transmission while this is happening. So breathe. If you don't see me punching, doesn't mean I'm not with you guys, okay? So taking a deep breath, coming into your heart space. We're going to begin this powerful meditation. And as the music starts, I'm going to begin the transmission for you guys, okay? So. Ready? Taking a few deep breaths in. You ready? Begin to punch the air. Ready? Keep going.
Back trapped in the big bubble, say chuck that man, it ain't worth the trouble. Tough really, don't it? I think we all own it. A mindset that don't seem to get, we've outgrown it. Now I'm sat back, poking at the big bubble, say talk back. You're bigger than the trouble. Walk this valley of death, head high, say I'll be back today. I won't die, as high as we may, we can never deny. We can get back up, but we're still alive. Just for a little, chose the moment and froze it forever in time. Took a piece of us and wrapped it up in a rhyme. You got 13 reasons for you to go away. Here's 3 more for why you gotta stay. Walk this valley of death, head high, say I'll be back today. I won't die, as high as we may, we can never deny. We can get back up if we're still alive.
Allow yourself to let Taking a deep breath in here. Hands now come into the heart center. Going to begin our second transmission now. Breathe in here. Feeling this energy. Bringing awareness to what has come up, what is asked to release. Witness with love. We allow what is needed to release to flow down through our grid into the earth to be composted in gratitude. Going to call in an energy of integration, one of my alignment tools. So I'm going to be calling in the divine integration tool, one of my energy. And what this tool does, what this alignment does, is imagine the beautiful Western tradition. I believe it's from Japan. Of course, I can't remember it exactly now. But it's this beautiful tradition of pouring in gold into the cracks, not making it perfect again, but honoring the beauty in those broken moments that are now whole. So what this tool does, it literally pours beautiful golden source light to all the cracks and fissures to help re-seam them together with beautiful golden light. Just hand on your heart. I'm going to call in this energy now, letting yourself see that source light, the beautiful healing light, this golden source. In times of Lemuria, we didn't use white light, and many traditions don't. The golden light of source is a different type of healing energy, but I find is extremely powerful and is one of the main, that and iridescent light are the two lights of the primal source that I connect with. So breathing in here, calling in this divine integration tool now. Breathing here. We anchor all of this into our body now, into our energy and into our web grid. Grounding this energy into our heart, our high heart and our sacred heart, into our roots, into every cell of our being. We give gratitude now, gratitude to our entire web grid system, to the earth, the air, fire, and water, all guides, guardians, beings, and ascended aspects of this element, each that have supported us today. Thank you. We give gratitude to all holy, healed, benevolent ancestors that have come forth to support us today, and to all ascended beings, all multidimensional, multigalactic beings, angels, archangels, all who have come to support us today. Thank you. We have gratitude to ourselves for showing up today, doing this work, being present. We thank our grid system and release its crystalline form now. Knowing it is there for us. All those beings are there for us. We now give gratitude to the land we sit upon today and all holy, healed, benevolent stewards of this land, the sacred wisdom keepers of this land. Thank you. Take a few more deep breaths here. And you're ready. Slowly coming back, opening your eyes. So, where do you go now? This may be moving. There was a lot of energy that we were moving. I literally could feel it at my heart center. I don't know about all of y'all out there. Sometimes I'm feeling one person, sometimes I'm feeling the whole collective, but I could feel it at my heart while we were doing the release work. So, as with all things that are unconscious, right, that we can't mentally process, because that's what we were working with. We were bypassing the mind to really get at what's stuck in our hearts and needed to release. This may be going on for a day or two. Most of the big energy that I runs for at least 24 to 48 hours. So I recommend drinking a lot of water. I'm horrible about this, and I am going to go down water. Baths, Epsom salts with baths help process and release. Journaling, if that's something, whatever maybe came up. Integrating with dance might be something, if movement, right? Or just giving yourself space, right? Space to integrate all of this. So if anyone has any questions, if you're watching on the replay, please read below or leave them below. If you're watching live, let me know. I'm going to end the recording here. So for all those joining me on YouTube, thank you for joining me, and make sure to subscribe. Those of you in the Facebook, you're already part of the community. Okay, so